Hey, welcome to another episode of the Tom Green Farmcast. Hanging out here with Fanny and Kia. You can see that if you're watching on Crave. If you're listening on iHeartRadio, well, then you're going to have to come watch on Crave. The Tom Green Farmcast is clips from interviews taken from my new show, The Tom Green Farm. That's where I am right now, the Tom Green Farm. This is where I live in Canada with my wife, Amanda, and it's exciting to be home in Ontario, getting her done in the country and making my new show. Inviting a lot of incredible people up here, Canadians and international celebrities from around the world. And today on the show we have George Stroumboulopoulos, who is just a new recipient of the Order of Canada. Congratulations, George. What an honor. A true great Canadian. And also we know George for all of his work in entertainment, of course, over the years in Canada, starting out on Much Music as one of the VJs there who came into our homes and really talked to us a lot about all the great Canadian music that we love. Before the internet was a big thing, you know, this was before the internet was as big as it is today. So Much Music used to be ground zero for information for all of us music lovers in Canada. George Stroumboulopoulos on the show today. A great interview. If you want to see a lot more with George Stroumboulopoulos, tune into the show, The Tom Green Farm. George and I go do some fun stuff on the farm. We go ride horses. I ride my mule Fanny. He rides a horse. He is a horse lover himself. And also we get our hair cut together because we have the same barber. Sergio, his barber. Sounds like a great name for a barber too, by the way. And it is. He's a great barber. A great hair stylist in Toronto. And he came up to the farm. We got our hair cut. If that doesn't sound like a reason to go watch the Tom Green Farm, I don't know what else is gonna get you over there. I mean, two guys getting a haircut? Come on, that sounds like some pretty good television, right?
In my early 20s, I was sick as a dog living in this place in Toronto, and I couldn't sleep. And I put on a TV channel, and I saw your house get painted plaid, and I thought I couldn't believe what I was watching. That's the first time I'd seen you, because they were playing it in Toronto at Rogers.
I couldn't believe what we were living.
Your face was...
Sorry about that, Mom.
Oh, well, you made up for it, huh?
All worked out. Now you're here sitting on a lawn chair watching Strombo and your son have a conversation.
Exactly. It was
That's
all
pretty
worth
cool.
the effort.
But I
Well,
bet you weren't sure for a while.
Yeah, I know. It was touch and go there, I'll tell you.
This is great. George, thank you.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for coming by.
Nice to see you. I'm just around the corner, so it was an easy ride.
You didn't take the motorcycle, though.
No, I didn't.
But
I rode it from Toronto to California, and then I left it there.
But you know who did ride their motorcycle? Our friend Sergio. Sergio, come on in here for a second. Thank you so much, Sergio, for being here. We've got a good story to tell. Sergio, you know how Sergio and I met? I was walking down Queen Street West one day, right across from your stomping grounds, Much Music. I ran into you. I said, hey, do you know where I could get a haircut around here?
And I said, I got a guy.
Yeah, Sergio's been cutting my hair ever since. So I thought today, like, since you were able to do us the honor of coming by the show here, that maybe we could also have Sergio come down on his motorcycle and we could get our haircuts together.
This is great, by the way, this thing that you have. This is incredible.
So much fun. Like, I mean, nice to be home in Canada. I lived in Los Angeles for 21 years. You still live in Los Angeles.
I have a place there, yeah. I worked there and still do, but I'll never not be where I'm from, and I'll never not have a place in Toronto. Like, Toronto is still my home.
Yeah, and you do your show there?
Yeah, I do my show. I do my show from LA and New York, and sometimes from Toronto.
When you grow up in Canada in the 80s, and you're watching John Roberts, you know, J.D. Roberts hosting the Power Hour on Much Music, and then all of a sudden you end up being a Much Music VJ.
First time you and I met was in the library in the basement of Much Music.
I remember that clearly.
And that's when I interviewed you, and that was the very first time we met. And that was 25 years ago.
The good side of this, that you wouldn't get normally when you were struggling, when you were painting your house plaid.
Yeah.
You know, talk about the good stuff that comes with this weird celebrity culture we live in.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Look, it was the dream. My whole life I dreamed of trying to be able to work in television. That's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able I grew up watching David Letterman running around yelling at people with a megaphone out of this high rise at Rockefeller Center, and I thought, man, that's funny.
that's fun. I was the class clown, goofball kid. I moved around from Canadian military base to Canadian military base every 6 months for the first, 7 or 8 years of my life. So I was always sort of the new kid. And the only way I really could kind of fit in was to kind of be a goof, So at a certain point, pretty early on, I thought, man, I'd love to do that. So just being the challenge of it, really, of trying to create our show in the beginning, of trying to move it to the next place, was really exciting. And it's a really gratifying thing. I went there when I was a kid, when I was with Organized Rhyme, and I got to host Rap City in 1992.
92?
Just one episode of it,
That Organized Rhyme video, Check the OR, was filmed about 200 yards from where my grandmother lived.
Oh, your grandmother lived in Jane and Finch?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and I lived down the street of Jane and Wilson.
Oh, that's cool.
Chalk Farm, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That was the Dream Warriors' idea to do that.
Was it really?
Yeah, because the Dream Warriors signed us, and they're from Jane and Finch. And they thought, oh, this would be a fun idea. Like, you're trying to bring us a demo tape, and then, we kick you out of Jane and Finch. And I think about it afterwards, and I think to myself, that's probably not the best idea to, kind of give us street credibility, Like, we're trying to sneak into Jane and Finch, and then we get kicked out by the Dream Warriors because we're not cool enough.
Right, but it's their idea, which means you got to vouch.
I know, but nobody knew it was their idea until now.
This is the first time I've heard it. Yeah, there was a total vouch. Wow, that's amazing.
I just thought the Dream Warriors wanted us to get the fuck out of Jane and Finch. How's that happen? How do you get your first job at Much Music?
I'd come back from the Lizard life. I worked at a sports radio station where I was an NBA reporter. And then I got hired at a music radio station around the corner from Much Music. And I guess Much Music had an opening on the new music. And a guy who worked at a record company called Steve Waxman, somebody called him and said, hey, we need a host. And he said, you should look at this George kid. And that's how it kind of started. It turns out, I was told later, they hired me because they thought I could interview difficult people. And they needed somebody they could throw into situations that could go wrong.
Probably why they had you interview me.
Could be why. They were thinking more like physical fights. I was even told you might have to get into a fight.
Like, who would that be? Who would you have to fight with on TV?
Well, specifically with Fred Durst.
Oh, yeah, okay. He was the guy that liked to fight the interviewers?
Well, there was a lot of difficulty at the time, and I think they thought it could have gone really weird, and they just wanted somebody who could get into it.
I'm just living in a world of reality of, any second could be the last second. So, any second now.
Do you mean in a
could be the end
band?
of the world. Just anything. Life, death, success, failure.
Are you ready to die then?
No. I'm not ready to die. I'm not ready to fail. But it's not out of my control.
No. And that's the bitch of it all, right? Is that if it's out of your control, the failing part.
Yeah.
What do you do? Or do you look at it like, say, if this record doesn't go, let's say for Limp Bizkit, and I do something different?
No, it's a great record, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't judge records by going by statistics and numbers. That's the corporate world, probably. There's a connection, a feeling, an internal flame that burns inside of you, inside of the work you do, and it's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm buddies with Fred. I know Fred.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
And I'd interviewed him many times since.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got along fine.
So then how long were you at Much Music for?
5 years.
Okay.
5 years, and then I went to CBC to do a talk show for 10.
A 10-year talk show. Has there ever been a talk show in Canada that lasted 10 years?
Not a nightly. It was because there's been shows that have done weeklies.
That was a nightly show?
That was a nightly show, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was just in Kelowna, where you started doing radio.
My first legal radio job. I had a rock station called The Lizard, and I was also a mascot for that station. I wore a green lizard mascot costume.
That station's still on the air?
It is, yeah. I had a heavy metal show called High Voltage.
And was that like your favorite kind of music growing up?
Yeah.
Heavy metal?
Yeah.
And punk rock music?
Yeah, punk and metal were my favorite kinds. The older I got, the more my taste opened up.
So if you had to choose between metal or punk rock, which would you choose? Suicidal Tendencies or Metallica?
Well, so Suicidal, I would choose Suicidal because they're metal and punk rock.
Okay.
So they'd be the bridge. Metallica were the most important band to me when I was 10 or 11 years old.
Okay.
Definitely.
Guns N' Roses or the Sex Pistols?
Sex Pistols.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quiet Riot or Green Day?
Ooh. Green Day.
That's a weird one.
Yeah,
huh?
it's a weird one because Quiet Riot had 2 amazing hits.
Yeah. Right now, this is the only show in the world where 2 people are
Getting a haircut.
in 2025. Yeah.
Has anybody given you the credit that whenever you say this is the only show in the world, you can bet within 7 or 8 years a whole bunch of people are going to be trying to do exactly what you did 7 or 8 years earlier?
I have a feeling everyone's going to be getting their hair cut on a picnic table on their talk shows soon.
I think it's going to happen.
Was there a certain point when you realized you like asking questions?
I don't know, because I never actually set out to do it. I honestly just wanted to play music overnight on the radio. But when I became an NBA reporter, that's when I started to learn how to ask questions for a living. But it only just happened because I just saw Scottie Pippen from the Chicago Bulls sitting by himself.
Man, that's cool.
And I sat down. It was my first ever one-on-one interview.
Scottie Pippen,
Yeah.
man.
I saw Scottie and went, hey, you got a minute? He's like, yeah, sure. And I sat down.
And then you gradually must have fallen in love with interviewing people, right?
Yeah. I realized that whatever my brain chemistry is, it allows me to be very present. It wasn't about being salacious. I was trying to create an archive of humanity, because I know these careers are weird careers, and so I don't think too much about the big picture as it relates to me, but I know that, thanks, buddy. Thank you. I grew up watching all these great conversationalists, and people forget maybe who the interviewer was, but the stories that are told are really iconic. So I just thought, well, if I can be part of the journey of people that do that, then that would be pretty cool. I said no to that CBC job like 4 times.
You said like no to all the jobs.
I say no to everything because I don't want to do anything. I would much rather do what you're doing here, which is just hang out, and like be in the woods and be creative in the woods.
Do you think there's something to that? Like, is there like some sort of reverse psychology? Like maybe the fact that you didn't look like you were chasing the gig so hard?
It made them ask me again, but it was like I don't quantify success by my career. I put no value or pride in my career at all. This is just a thing I do because I believe in telling stories.
Is that actually true, though?
It's
really?
100%
No pride
true.
in your career?
Zero. It's 100% true.
How could that be possible? I mean, you pursue it, you do it every day, you put all this effort into it. I mean, you got to have a little bit of.
It's more the effort. It's the art. The art of it is what I really like. I love the craft of what I do. I love the craft of what you do. I've been to your house when you did that old web show.
Yeah.
I love the craft of running cables into fridges, and I do it at my house when I'm doing band shows. And so to me, the craft of all this, and I think it's why I still enjoy doing it after all these years.
Yeah.
Is,
I think my biggest mistake probably was
what?
Deciding that would be a good idea to like have everybody look very closely at my hair right beside your perfect hair.
Your lettuce looks nice.
Like what was I thinking that this would be a good idea? We got Stroumbo with the perfect hair here, and then we got me like, We're gonna go ride some horses too.
Oh, I can't wait. This is the great joy of my adult life is getting into horses.
I had no idea about any of that stuff till 2.5 years ago. Now I ride my mule Fanny like almost every day here, and it's the most relaxing, calming thing that I can do, that I've ever done really. Because you're connected with this animal, and then you're sort of learning how to build this relationship with it of trust. What is it you like about it so much?
That's what you said, to be connected to something so large and breathing and sensitive. They're so emotional. Plus, I'm a motorcycle guy, so horses are just the analog version of what a motorcycle is to me.
What kind of motorcycle do you have?
I have 5 bikes.
5 motorcycles?
Yeah.
So you ride a motorcycle all the way like from LA to Toronto?
Yeah, I've ridden from Toronto. Like, I've done the ride 20, 30 times in my life.
It's a little dangerous though, isn't it?
I've crashed a bunch.
You've crashed.
Oh, yeah.
You keep doing it though.
It's dangerous, but I'm much safer now because of Tom Cruise.
What did he do?
After I crashed, I had this broken bone, and I left the hospital, and I went straight to the CBC to do my talk show. And I was in enormous pain. First couple of weeks, Tom Cruise is one of the guests. Somebody tells Tom, hey, because Tom can be very friendly, don't slap George in the back because he got a broken bone because he hurt himself in a bike crash. So Tom's person walks up to me at the station and says, Tom wants to talk to you. So we get into an alcove by the CBC, and we're this close to each other.
Weird.
And like Lethal Weapon, he says, I heard you got in an accident. I said, I did. He said, show me one. Okay. So I pulled my shirt down. You could see the bone that was like broken because it was stuck outside of here.
Oh my God.
And you couldn't see the bone, it was in the skin, but you could see the big bulge and all that. And then he goes, look. And he showed me his.
Wow.
And then
I'll show you yours if you show me mine.
That's it.
Or whatever it is.
That's 3 weeks later. I get a package sent to my house, all this information on motorcycle racing with a phone number.
Yeah.
And it said, call this guy.
Yeah.
We need to keep you alive. And Tom went, okay. Then a couple of days later, my phone rings at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm just get home from being out.
Like checking in on you.
Yeah, he checked in. I'm in bed. I see my phone there. I'm like, oh, and I don't know the number. I'm like, hello? And he says, Stroumbo, it's Tom Cruise.
Oh my God.
And I was like, hey, Tom. He's like, did you get my package? I said, I did. Call that guy. You got to learn. I said, Tom, the problem is I go too fast. He said, no, this will teach you how to ride safely. So I said, okay. So I called the guy. I booked a course. I go down. I get into this racing course, and no accident since. But he's that guy. He's the kind of guy that does that kind of stuff. What did you learn about yourself now that you've been here for a minute?
It's a good question. I definitely know that I probably needed to do this because I Yeah, I think I probably have a lot of anxiety at times in my life, and it's completely gone away, like by like probably like 90%. I don't know, I think I'm also getting older, so when you get older, the anxiety kind of goes away a bit too. As you get older, I feel less stressed because there's just so much less of my life left to ruin.
Yeah, if you're enjoying this episode of George Stroumboulopoulos on the Tom Green Farmcast, make sure you go check out the full episode, The Tom Green Farm, on Crave. It's pandemonium around here. Kia's rolling around. The guinea hens are making a lot of noise. But we're just having a relaxing day here at the Tom Green Farm. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Kia. This is the Tom Green Farm. It's not the Green Tom Farm. This is my favorite farm because it is my farm. Welcome to the Tom Green Farm. My name is Tom Green. Oh. Here I am in my house out here in rural Ontario, Canada.
Wow.
A house that was built in 1857.
How cool is this?
Where we'll be doing a talk show trying to get Tony Danza.
Your dad can't hear you.
I heard you.
Who's the boss?
I
Get him
can't
up
hear
here.
you, but I can't remember either.
We're trying to get Tony Danza up here. Not in a television studio, but on a farm. There's bears here, yeah.
Do you know in the gay community a bear is a thing?
I did know that.
Of course you do.
We're building a ramp for Tony Hawk.
If you build it, we might come.
Interviewing celebrities.
That was just one of the most memorable nights of my life.
That is intense. They look alien.
You had a freaky career.
Freaky?
I'm just falling in love again and again and again today.
Parle français pour 2 minutes.
Sois capable de le faire?
Oh my God.
Allô, toute la gang.
It's my friend Dead Mouse.
We've lived off of the land so long as that land was able to sustain us. There's something very peaceful and magical about the first snowfall.
Driving along the road in the rolling hills, I'm like, I wish I could just run in those fields, but you never really do.
Gets the blood going, huh? Did you go on Conan dressed as a horse?
Centaur.
Come over here for fun and you get your hand bitten off, right?
This is the great joy of my adult life, is getting into horses.
Wow.
And I'm excited about all the people that we're going to present to you.
I know the legacy of Bare Naked Ladies. I know what it means to other people.
Did I intimidate you with my skills?
Yeah.
I'm a seasoned professional.
You've been making television a long time.
Darth Vader's wiener.
Mr. Tom Green, how are you?
I've only been scared on one set.
Cheers.
This is the Tom Green Farm.